Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Shabs and I'm back. And so EA just released our FUT Champions Weekend League prizes. So I got into the gold 2 this week, and they do shoutouts like crazy. They're here, boys. They are freaking here. I watch other streamers that are a little bit bigger than I am, and they do shoutouts every fucking second. I find it annoying, but I'm like, damn, if it's a key to success, why not do it, right? But what do you guys think? Make a set schedule? Okay, Steve, thanks for the love, bro. Nice, we're looking forward to Juma tomorrow. Yeah, but I might not go, bro. Marcelo, CM, CDM, okay. Roars are out, I know, bro, they're out. Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Shabs, and welcome to another video on the channel. This one is pretty special to my heart because I've been thinking about this for a while. I've been working on it for a while. I've been trying to put this out. You know, my initial goal was to put it out as how I went from gold 2 to top 100, but I think that was going to be a little bit misleading and not going to provide you guys enough value. So I was like, you know what? I've gotten Elite 1 consistently almost every week, besides last week's abysmal performance for the past month and a half. So I was like, you know what? Why not share with my fans how I went from a gold 2 player, scratching and clawing my way up to Elite 1 consistently. And yeah, let's go into it, guys. It's very detailed. It's very helpful. I hope so for you guys. And I'm not a BSer, you know. I could have bullshitted you guys and just slapped together a 5-minute video. Like, here you go. Here's how you do it. It's bullshit. But I thought about this. I actually went down and thought about this, about what I did for sure. That's gonna help you guys out. And yeah, I put together a list. I have them in 4 categories I've written here. So I have one category which is gameplay, aka how to increase your skill level. One category is other, which is gonna be anything that comes out to my mind that I've written down. One category is gonna be mentality and or mindset. The last one is formation, tactics, and your squad. So first and foremost, guys, the most common questions I get when it's like Shabs, I'm a gold player, I'm trying to get elite. Yo, Shabs, I'm elite, I'm trying to get top 100. Yo, Shabs, I'm elite 3, I'm trying to get elite 1. Yo, Shabs, I'm silver, I'm trying to get gold. The main questions I get is about squad, tactics, and instructions, and those are probably the least important out of these 4 categories, but they still have some obviously importance to them. Like if you have Ronaldo instead of, like, let's say Martial. Martial's still a beast, but like if you have Ronaldo over Martial, Ronaldo's gonna win you an extra game or 2 just because of his BS factor versus Martial, obviously. But let's just get into it, guys. So first off, is the first category that we're gonna talk about is formation, custom tactics, and squad. So what I've got is, first of all, you have to be comfortable playing with 2 separate formations in this game. It's better if it's 1 wide and 1 narrow formation, but in general, just 2 formations. There could be 2 narrow, 2 wide. It's up to you. But generally, you want to be comfortable with 2 formations because your formation and your playstyle is not going to work against every player the same way. Everyone plays differently. Everyone has a different style. Everyone defends worse or better than the other. So you gotta, most of the games that you play in FUT Champions, they're all a mind game. It's about who can strategize better than the other player versus actual skill level. And that's what I think separates the pros versus the non-pros, because they know when to change the formation. They know when to change the way they attack. They know when they change their build-up play. They know when they need to be patient. All that stuff that regular players don't think about is what they go into dive deep into to get the 40 and knows, the 39 and 1. So basically, guys, for me personally, I like the 4-3-1-2, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, and the 4-2-3-1. I'm even actually, honestly with you, comfortable with the 4-3-3-4, the 4-3-3-3, the 4-3-3-2, the false 9. I'm generally comfortable with most formations. It's just that I have 1 or 2 formations that I think are better than most in the game, right? But most importantly, when I've gotten Elite 1, the most consistent formation that I've used is 4-3-1-2. It's pretty much the 4-2-1-2 narrow, the diamond formation, but the players are more connected and more narrowed together. Not much of a difference, but it's personal preference. One I like the other over the other, that kind of thing. But yeah, just be comfortable with using 2 formations in the game. The next thing, guys, is you want to be 100% confident in your custom tactics, man. That's a thing that is not really talked about. It's usually said, like, people usually say, it won't change your gameplay. Like, if you're bad, you're gonna still be bad. You're gonna be a little bit better, but you're gonna be bad. It's true. It is true. You gotta fix your gameplay before you fix this. That's why you put it as the least important. But your custom tactics matter, man. It's the difference between Elite 3 and Elite 2, Elite 2 and Elite 1, Elite 1 and top 100. The most important sector of your custom tactics, I would say, is your pressure, aggression, and your width. The defensive side of it really helps you out the most out of all of them, I think. But yeah, and also your speed, how fast your players run up the pitch. I genuinely think 70 to 80 is the best because counterattacks are very powerful in this game. You want to have it at around 70 to 80 for your speed in your build-up play, but for the defending side, if you're aggressive, move it up to aggressive learn what kind of player you are and how you excel. If you're a great aggressive player and you have the players that'll get back for you if you make a mistake or two, then you're good. If you're not, you know, you might want to push those numbers down a bit, especially against a better player than you. Just keep that in mind for you guys. And with that, guys, you need impact players, and you need to try to get the best, the most overpowered players for the coins you have. So when it comes to building your squad, guys, let's say for example, by now I'm guessing most of you have 500,000 to 1,000,000 coins. If you have that range, you know, find the most overpowered players for your prices. Right now, the best time to buy is right now. Like, if you need a weekend squad, buy right now. Informs are dirt cheap. You can get the 87 Mkhitaryan for 55k, and I remember at some point he was 300k. Went down to 170k, and he's one of the best strikers I've used in the game. So you wanna probably pounce on that. Martial, Lukaku, a lot of overpowered players, man. Sadio Mane is a hit or miss. I don't like him, but a lot of people love him that I've spoken to. Theo Walcott, Sonaldo. Guys, there are a lot of overpowered players that you can use to your advantage. Get your coins together, figure out what kind of squads you want to make, but keep in mind to build around a couple of star players that'll be game changers for you. You know, the Antoine Griezmanns, even Gareth Bale, Neymar. Try to get the most overpowered players for your coin total and fit it together as best as you can. But definitely, I would say invest in your defense first. Defense wins championship. It's a cliche, but it's true in FUT Champions. Invest in your defense, but in generally, okay, if you have the choice of investing in your defense or investing in a couple of impact players that'll change the game, I would go for the impact players. But if you don't have that option, then obviously invest in your defense first, man. Because if you're not comfortable with your defense, you're gonna let goals in, and if you let goals in and you don't score enough goals, recipe for disaster. So there you go. That section is done. The formation, custom tactics, and squad section is finito. Next up, one of the most important ones in my opinion is gameplay. Your gameplay and your skill level and what you have to do to take your game to the next level. I still personally think I have 2 or 3 steps to go before I can hit my peak and try to hit top 100. But yeah, a lot of it has to do with your gameplay especially, and I learned a couple of things. First and foremost, skill moves. People say this FIFA skill moves are not that effective. I think that's incorrect. Some of the most overpowered skill moves are the Berbatov spin, if you know what it is. You flick the right analog stick up and left, up and right, up and down and right, whatever your angle is. Think of it as a clock and work your angles. It's pretty much an L in any direction. But yeah, that's the most effective skill move to cut inside. The body feint is the best skill move in the game in my opinion. Cutting it backwards, cutting it forward. The body feint is amazing in this game. The speed boost. If you guys don't know how to do this, check out Boris Legends video. Search it up on the internet. One of the best tutorial players in the game on YouTube. Pretty much you do a ball roll, then click LB, and then it'll give you a burst of speed. The drag back, holding the right bumper stick and pushing the analog stick down. That's a very effective skill move as well. The Ronaldo chop is decent, not the best, but the scoop turn, very overpowered. The scoop turn is a very overpowered move. The McGeady spin on 5-star skillers. There are a lot of skill moves that are highly effective in this game that you gotta learn. You gotta learn those skill moves that I just mentioned, and if you don't know how, type it up on the internet and you will find it. Go into the practice arena, practice them, then go into a single player game and practice them in game. Go into divisions, spam out divisions with those skill moves, try to learn them, and eventually it'll get into your mind, into your muscle memory, and you'll be good to go. But you gotta learn those skill moves, they are effective. Next up, guys, I would say is patience in your build-up play. So generally, when I find myself playing against a player better than me, or a player of the same skill, or a player that just holds possession, I find myself rushing. I would do one or two passes before I went through on goal, and it was usually a turnover. So keep in mind, guys, whenever you're stressing out or you're rushing your gameplay and you can feel it, or if you're playing a better player, tell yourself this: Shabs, you can't take a shot on goal until you make 9 passes. Just say that. Let's say you're Bob. You cannot make you cannot take a shot on goal unless you make 9 passes. Just do that. Make 9 passes and then go on goal. I bet you anything your build-up play is going to be 1,000,000 times better, and you're going to be a much better player for it. And you can thank me later. Next up, guys, the LT-RT dribbling, which is the precision dribbling. Fairly simple. LT-RT, hold them together if you're on Xbox. R2, L2 if you're on the PlayStation, while moving the right and left analog sticks on the controller. I actually have my controller here. I'm going to show you guys right now. Pretty much you want to do this. So LT-RT, just hold them together, and then move the left and right analog sticks based on how you're moving and where you're moving. Horrible demo, but it's the best I can do right now. But yeah, LT-RT dribbling, you gotta learn that. It's very simple, it doesn't make sense in terms of physics if you think about science, but it's in the game, it's overpowered, use it if you can, okay? It's good to get out of slide tackles, out of high pressure situations. It's usually effective. People have gotten better at defending it these days, but it's still a very effective skill move. Next up, guys, the shielding button. Fairly simple. LT on the Xbox One or L2 for the PlayStation. Hold it whenever you need to hold up your play to improve your build-up play. Usually whenever just a guy that's using high aggression tactics, it'll really help you out in slowing down your play and waiting for the perfect runs. When you're outside the box, when you're in your opponent's third, hold it a lot. Use the shielding button as much as you can to wait for runs that are going to be manually made, or force your players to make runs with the LB button, the left bumper button. Tap it 3 times and you'll make a run. That's all you gotta do. Or you can hold it and press A to pass it and he'll make a run. You already know what it is, but that's what you gotta do for that. Next up, guys, is something that I didn't learn until halfway through FIFA that I didn't know about. I think it was #Tass or #Harry that tweeted out that saying something like LOL, half the people don't even know that if you hold RB and A, it's a driven pass. And I was like, what's that? Whoa. The more you know. It was weird for me, and I was like, what is this? So you hold RB and you press A, or you hold R1 on that PlayStation and you press X, and it's a driven pass. It makes the passes harder to intercept. It makes your counterattack more deadly, more fast. You'll play at a faster rate, higher tempo, which is going to be harder to defend. All in all, very, very effective move. One of the simplest things you can do, especially if the distance is farther than, I would say, 10 yards, 8 to 10 yards. Farther than that, just driven pass, and your counterattack is going to be much better and more deadly. And also, if you're inside the box, it's a very good the driven pass always works for a tap in. It's a very effective move that a lot of pro players use, guys. If you watch pro players, they'll really help you out, so you got to do that. And RBA is the best passing technique if you want to do low driven pass in the box or outside the box more than 10 yards. Next up in my gameplay that I had to fix before I can get into Elite 1 consistently was tapping LB to force run. So pretty much, like I said, guys, whenever I have the ball, I play a 4-3-1-2, right? So it's a narrow formation. Whenever I have the ball with one of my outside midfielders and I want Ronaldo or Griezmann to make a run, or I use sometimes Bale or Neymar, you got the gist of it. I just tap LB 3 times, and the person closest to me is gonna make a run. So usually I have the ball with Modric or Kante, or I don't know, someone like that, and I see Ronaldo there, and I tap it 3 times, and then he's gonna make that run, and then you're gonna just put over the through ball, and you're throwing goal. You're throwing goal, you're in behind the defense, you're gonna make a cut inside or something like that. Whatever it is, you're gonna get an opportunity offensively, and a lot of pro players that I've played against have done this against me, and I'm like, yo, what did you just do? How the frick are your players making runs and mine are just standing around? You know, that's the difference. Tap LB, I think it's 2 times or 3 times, and your player will make a run. The closest player to you will make a run. Don't spam it, because sometimes it's gonna put your players out of position. But when you have an opportunity to do an over-the-top through ball with your strikers, use it. It's very effective, especially in a 2-striker formation, guys. A couple of things before I leave as well from this category. The switch up play. So you gotta learn how to switch up the play, especially when you're holding a lead, right? So let's say you have the ball with your left back and you want to switch up the play because he's pressuring, he's hammering all his players towards one side of the pitch. Switch up the play with an over-the-top through ball to your right back. It's calm, it's peaceful, you're relaxed, and you're fine. That's all you gotta do. Just learn how to switch up the play. It's just simple. It's an over-the-top through ball. Hold LB and then Y, or LB and X, the crossing button. Both of them work effectively, and they will get you out of high-pressure situations. Just make sure you're very, very focused and cautious with it, because you don't want to cause a turnover. You don't want to lose an aerial battle. But when you have a clear-cut chance to switch up the play, do it. And even if you're getting a high pressure, and you're not holding a lead, and you want to score a goal and get a better build-up play, it's very effective as well in that situation. And then also, guys, the last but not least, guys, limit the use of the sprint button. It's toxic. You don't need it. Some of the best players I've played against in Gfinity tournaments or in FUT Champions, they never touch the sprint button. Unless they're one-on-one on goal or they put a through ball through, they never touch the sprint button in their build-up play. Why? Better passes, more accurate passes, you can hold the ball more. A bunch of other positives, guys. Pretty much limit the use of the sprint button, especially if you're not through on goal. It's useless, especially with your CDMs or something. If you're trying to rush your play, you're just going to get rushed and feel anxious. Relax, calm down, and then at the end of the day, it's a video game, and at the end of the day, you're playing it to have fun. And if you want to win, be more patient and be more cautious with the ball. That's all. So that's it for the gameplay side of the things and your skill. Those are the main things you have to do. It's a lot. It sounds like a lot, but chip away at it one at a time, and you'll be just as good as me, if not better. You know what I mean? So there you go. And next section, guys, before I get into other, is mentality or mindset. So probably the most important sector out of all of them is the mentality or mindset part of it. So pretty much, guys, having a positive mindset and being confident in your game is probably the best thing you can do for yourself. I know right now I'm in one of the toughest stretches of my FIFA 17 career, if you want to say, or span, where I hit Elite 3 last weekend, and bear in mind I did rage quit through halftime for a couple of games just to finish my games. I didn't even finish my games. I think I had 1 or 2 games left, but beyond the point is I played like crap, and I've been playing pretty bad, taking some harsh L's, and it's all down to my confidence, lack thereof, and my mindset. And I've been pretty down on myself, so I just gotta use this advice myself, and I have. Keeping a positive mindset and believing in yourself and being confident is really gonna change your gameplay, guys. If you go into a FUT Champions game, and let's say you just see your opponent's squad, and you're like, oh, he's probably top 100. You've already lost. You've already lost. Or if you see your squad that's garbage, and you're like, oh, he's shit. That's the worst mindset. Just be positive. Whatever the squad is. Even I'm gonna try this myself. Actually, a better thing would probably to not see your opponent's squad. The reason why I look at my opponent's squad is mainly to see the formation, so I can see how I'm gonna counteract it. But generally, when people see it, I know they get discouraged. I know I used to get discouraged when I saw Legends in Team of the Years. I was like, oh, another top 100 player. Oh, I'm gonna lose. It's just so toxic and negative, guys. It's not gonna help you out. And yeah, that's one of the best things you can do for your mentality mindset is to be positive and be confident in your gameplay, guys. Nothing is worse. Nothing is more satisfying than playing a shaky player. Like I know a couple times in FUT Champions, I was down a goal in the 90th minute or down 2 goals in the 70th minute, and I can tell. You can just tell your player your opponent is shaking, and his passes are incorrect, and he's getting nervous. And I've come back and I've won those games that I shouldn't have won, but they just got shaky and nervous and during the last few minutes of the game, and I took advantage of it, guys. Don't do that. It'll really hurt you in the end. Also, guys, like I said, believe you're going to win. Believe in yourself. If you have the mindset that you're going to win, 99% of the time you're going to win. You're going to find a way to win. Your brain is going to get wired to, it's going to be, because we're habitual characters, right? If you program your mind to thinking you're always going to win, you're always going to win. Yeah. Keep telling yourself, like I do, whenever I'm playing, sometimes I talk to myself, Shabs, in my head, I'm like, Shabs, you're the best player in the world, you're going to win this game. Shabs, you're the best player in the world, no one can beat you. Shabs, you're the best player in the world, you're going to score the next goal. It's very positive and helps you out a lot. You might think I'm crazy, but I'm not, and I bet you anything, if you talk to most of the pro players about how they keep a positive mindset, they'll probably tell you the same thing I do. I don't want to speak for them, but I'm generally guessing they keep a positive mindset because you just must. It's so stressful, it's so agonizing, the FUT Champions is, so you just gotta get positive, you gotta stay positive. Also, guys, so one of the mindset things is closing out a game when you need to. So you know, a lot of people that stream and stuff, or a lot of people that play on their own, they feel guilty when they're time wasting, or they feel like crap, or they feel like they didn't deserve to win. Get that out of your mind, bro. Get that out of your mind, because in the end, it's all about results. It's all about wins. If you need to hold the lead in the last 10 minutes and you're gonna shield it in the corners, freaking shield it in the corners. Be a cunt. You're gonna get cunted against, so be a cunt. It sounds harsh, and it's how the game is turned into. It's what the game is turned into, but you gotta do what you gotta do. If you have a 1-0 lead and you've been playing absolutely phenomenal football against this guy and his goalkeeper's on fire, you've hit a couple of posts, chances are Age are going to go against you once again. He's going to tie the game. He's going to win in pens or something. Hold the ball. If you hold the ball, EAs can't go against you. Hold the ball. Close out the game. That's all you got to do, bro. I'm serious. I'm serious when I'm talking to you around face to face. You got to do it, man. It has to be done. And last but not least, something that connects with this. Don't feel sorry for your opponent. Start feeling sorry for yourself. I know in my FIFA journey and stuff, during FUT Champions, when I'm up 3-0 or 4-0, I'm like, oh, I feel so sorry for this guy. He's so bad. And then I usually end up conceding 3 goals or losing the game. That kind of shit will kill you, bro. It'll ruin your chances of getting top 100. Or when I'm time wasting, I'm like, yo, I feel so bad. I'm such a cunt. But guys, that laugh though, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make do what you gotta make do with. If you deserve to win the game, even if you don't, even if you got a lucky bounce and you scored, and there's 10 minutes, 20 minutes left, time waste. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Play like a cunt, and you will get the results, and you'll feel better for it. And you don't need to feel sorry for your opponent because he would have done the same thing to you. All right. Last but certainly not least, guys, other. So this category is a bunch of mixed of things. So pretty much, guys, one of the biggest things that helped me in my FUT Champions journey is obviously losing and learning from my experiences. How do you do that? You play Gfinity. I play Gfinity tournament games. If you want to check it out yourself, gfinity.net. No, it's not sponsored. I loved it, and it really helped me out. I get to play top 100 players, borderline top 100 players, or pro players, and they have helped my gameplay tremendously. Without playing them, I wouldn't have gotten this far, to be honest. And I'm gonna continue playing them because I haven't played Gfinity game in about 2 weeks, which is why I think my gameplay has hindered down a little bit and has gotten worse. But the more Gfinity games you play, the better quality of opponents you play, the easier FUT Champions is gonna feel, and the better you're gonna play, the better your gameplay is gonna feel. All that good stuff. So just make sure, if you have the time, try to play Gfinity tournaments. If you're in the America regions like I am, it is on Mondays and Wednesdays, and sometimes I think Fridays, but I think it's generally Mondays and Wednesdays. I think the European ones are Tuesdays and Thursdays, so try to get to play if you can. If you cannot, whatever. It's just another way to improve your gameplay. If you can't do it, then it is what it is, guys. You're not going to improve that much. And last but not least, a very important one, guys. If you want to remove disconnections from your Xbox and from your gameplay, and you're getting like a bunch of DCs, and you're like, damn, I'm so good. I can get top 100 if I didn't get DCs. Damn, I'm so good. I can get Elite 1 if I didn't get DCs. Do something that I did, which is port forwarding. So search it up on the internet. FIFA 17 port forwarding. So it's port, P-O-R-T, forwarding, F-O-R, forward, the word forward, and then ing beside it, one word, forwarding. And you'll see, it'll tell you what to do for your exact region and your exact internet type and your exact bandwidth and all that good stuff. I don't know the internet terms, but it's gonna really help you out in that sense. And yeah, guys, that's all I got for you guys. And some more on others, like if you're someone that gets thirsty a lot, stay hydrated, get a water bottle beside you. If you tend to get hungry a lot and food is on your mind, you're not going to be focused, so try to get some snacks around you that are healthier. I generally found that when I was eating healthier, I usually play better in FUT Champions versus when I'm eating like crap, like junk food, like chips and pizza and stuff. So I'm going to try to transition that into my lifestyle as well. Besides that, guys, also try to keep out the outside effects, the negativity in your head. Like if you have family problems or if you have girlfriend issues or boyfriend issues, whatever it may be, try to keep outside situations out of your inner mind so that you can focus on FIFA. The difference between a guy that I learned this from a pro player, the difference between a guy that gets top 100 and doesn't is their focus. So focusing is a big thing, guys. All your outside influences have to get out when you're playing FIFA. You gotta be focused, you gotta be calm, you gotta be relaxed. And yeah, that's all I can say, guys. I hope this video helped you out, man. I hope you're gonna use some of the tips. I hope you learned something new, guys, because you learn something new every day, and hopefully I gave you something to learn today. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, guys. It took me a lot of effort to put together what I thought about. And guys, if you're freaking new to the channel, please hit the sub button for me as well down below. Hope you guys have a good day. I'll see y'all next time. Good luck with FUT Champions. Deuces.